We are in the train from Chiang Mai to Bangkok because I fly once again back to Malaysia. And we traveled exactly 100 meters and we are standing still again. These are the newer cabins. Well, newer. So we are now leaving the city of Chiang Mai. The ride is officially 13 hours to Bangkok Central Station, Krum Thep. But I'm going off in Dong Mun Airport. I need to be at the other airport, Suvarnabhumi, but there is no train station there, so I'm going to the other airport and then I take a shuttle bus, which is free. Otherwise, I would need to take a taxi or whatsoever. And that is of course not free. So the better thing to do is, if you travel from Suvarnabhumi, just take a train to Dong Mun. It's the same price because you buy a ticket to Bangkok, and whatever train station in Bangkok you get out, it doesn't really matter. Bangkok is Bangkok. The price for third class is 260, I believe, Thai baht. So that is about €7. And like I said, the total travel time to Bangkok Central Station is about 13 hours, but don't expect to sit in the train for 13 hours because that is the official timetable. Usually that will be about 14, 15 or maybe even 16 hours. And you can see why it's such a long travel time. Instead of the bus is about 9 or 10 hours. But as you can see, the train is riding a little bit, stopping a little bit, riding a little bit, stopping a little bit, for no particular reason. So I'll turn off the camera now and turn on the camera when there is something interesting to see. Aloha. Bye bye. Adios. And I think we are now at Lampung Station. I think so. I didn't hear anything, but that is probably the case because I think, if I remember correctly, we have Lampung and then Lampung after Chiang Mai. Here we see one of the older trains, 60s or 70s. Those are old French trains, and the locomotive is probably a little bit older than that. So we are just a little bit outside of Chiang Mai, still Chiang Mai province. Just a kind of a stop, or we'll see the sign. So yeah, first station, Chiang Mai. Probably have another 20 to go, 25, maybe 30 for the coming 12 hours. And here is a train station in the middle of the jungle.
For your own safety, do not leave or put any part of your body outside the train during boarding. Thank you. 为了您自己的安全，上车时请不提前或者停止的任何情况下车辆。谢谢您。
Inside for a very long time. This construction site is huge. I think we're going to lay the high-speed rail here. Gives you a good insight in how they are doing infrastructure through the mountains. They literally chopped away huge pieces of mountain to install this new infrastructure. High-speed rail, which actually is going to connect Singapore with Beijing. All the way to Malaysia, Thailand, and across the Mekong River into Laos, then up into China. Basically following most part of the AH1, the Asian Highway #1, which goes from Singapore all the way to Chiang Mai. And originally even further, even going into Japan. How could that be? But it's very true. It is the second largest or longest highway in the world. The first, of course, is Highway 1, the Pan American Highway 1, which goes all the way from nearly the North Pole until nearly the South Pole, crossing the entire two Americas. But this AH1 is a good second. Officially, it goes starts, I believe, in Bali, then goes to Jakarta, and then originally, including all the ferries, etc., Singapore, Johor, Kuala Lumpur, then Penang, Ajai, Hua Hin, Bangkok, then Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Laos, then China. And from Thailand, originally the plan was to make another ferry service crossing to Japan and then extended the entire Asian Highway 1 throughout Japan. But that ferry never came. Of course, we know that China and Japan are not the best friends. So I don't really think that this will ever become a reality. They can still do it if they extend from Bali further eastward, and then crossing the entire Indonesian archipelago and the Philippines, and Korea, and Japan, and Taiwan, all with ferries, bridges. And this railway is part of the agenda. You can see how huge this project is, how much money that will cost, billions. We are now 3 hours in, 3 hours away from Chiang Mai, direction Bangkok. I'm going to close it down here because the dark is going to fall soon, and I got to keep my battery levels relatively uh, higher than normal because I'm now traveling for about 2.5 days. So normally this phone can use the battery about 4, 5, 6 days. I have a very powerful phone with a huge battery, but that of course doesn't count when you are constantly filming and other stuff. So I'm going to turn it off for a few hours and sleep. And then I will see you in the next video, probably either in Malaysia or maybe at the airport, Suvarnabhumi or whatever. So, good night. This is Ayutthaya train station. It's the before the main station, and the last before Dongmen Airport. Ayutthaya used to be the capital of Thailand long time ago. This is about 70 kilometers, I would guess, from the main train station, Krung Thep Apiwat, and I'm going out on the next stop, Dongmen Airport. If you ever visit Thailand, Ayutthaya is a very nice place to visit. A lot of old things to see. But I'm going to skip and go out at the next stop, Dongmen Airport. And I think around here there was a video that I created about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It was at that very place. I was sitting on a bunk bench. You can remember that. But that time taking a train into the other direction. So now another 15 kilometers to Bangkok Airport, where I will be a few shuttles to Suvarna Airport. 5 kilometers from Dongmen Airport. And it is dawn. Airports. Oakland airports. We have arrived. And I'm going to the airport hall now. Get some refreshments up here. Go to the 7-Eleven and say goodbye to this train.
ท่านผู้โดยสารโปรดทราบเพื่อความปลอดภัยในขณะใช้บันไดเลื่อนโปรดจับเวลาในการขอบคุณYour